Hey there guys, welcome back once again to another day here at Fit Life with Alicia. I was not planning on making a video today, but I had some thoughts and an experience that I had this morning that I thought would make a great video. So here I am. Here is an impromptu video for you guys today. So as you can see, my hair is wet. I have no makeup on. I am fresh out of the shower and I just had this idea for this video. So I thought I would hurry and sit down and shoot it. And at the same time, like the lighting's kind of crappy in here. So I feel like my bags under my eyes are not looking too great, but it kind of goes along with the theme of this video. So I'm just going to go with it. So last night, went to bed. Couldn't go to sleep. I was stressing over some things going on in our life that are just stressful and hard right now, and there isn't like an immediate end in sight. And, we're okay, so don't worry about that. But, life just gets messy sometimes, and, there's hard, heavy things that we have to go through, times that we have to go through that aren't fun, but that's just life, right? And we're kind of in the middle of something like that right now. And I usually do a pretty good job most days of managing the stress around this stuff. But last night, it just felt too heavy, too overwhelming, too much. And you know how when you go to bed and you've got stressful things on your mind, they seem worse and bigger when you're trying to sleep, when all is dark and quiet and your mind has time to slow down. Why is it that our minds then really hyper focus on those things that we'd rather forget so we can go to sleep and have a break from, right? So last night, I just tossed and turned and just was feeling the heaviness of these things and just feeling really overwhelmed and stressed with this stuff. I normally wake up early in the mornings, usually 5 or 6 each morning, so that I can have about an hour and a half or 2 hours to myself before my family gets up, and it's nice and quiet and dark and peaceful. And I take that time to do some things for myself where nobody else needs me, right? It's the only time of the day where I can get that time to myself. However, I tossed and turned so much during the night that I decided to shut my alarm off for my early alarm, and I decided to sleep in because I'm also a big proponent of sleep. I know if I'm going to get less than 6 hours of sleep, and I was probably going to be getting more like 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know exactly what time it was when I went to sleep finally. But I know that if I'm getting less than 6 hours of sleep and definitely less than 5 hours of sleep, it's more important for me to not get up early and get that extra hour and a half to 2 hours before my family's up and we have to be up. Anyway, so I didn't get up early this morning. I slept in and I had my later alarm go off that lets me know it's time to get my kids up and ready for school. And that alarm hit and I just had those same heavy, stressed feelings that were just weighing me down. And I was just feeling really bummed out this morning and just had this feeling like, I can't do it. I can't do it today. It's too much. I don't want to face the day. I don't want to face these stresses right now. I just want to roll over, go back to bed, and not deal with the day. But can't do that. Got responsibilities, got to get up, got to get my kids off to school, have things that need to get done today. So I rolled out of bed, got my kids off to school, and all morning I kept thinking, I could kind of just take the day off, do the bare minimum, not get my workout in, not hit my eating goals the way I want to, not get my nutritional goals in the way that I want to, and be lazy, eat junk food, sit around, feel sorry for myself, and have a pity party. I really, really was seriously considering that. And I don't necessarily think that once in a while that's a bad thing. And I do that sometimes, not very often, but I have. And, if you can keep it to one day or a part of a day, I don't think it's not a bad thing, right? It's okay to take a day off and just kind of chill out and relax. But so I kind of considered doing that. But I didn't. One thing that really kind of keeps me going through hard times that really helps me a lot is my daily workouts. And so once I got my kids off to school, I had this kind of internal battle. Do I work out? Do I not? I didn't have really a good excuse not to work out. And most of the time, these workouts are most important for me for my mental and emotional health. I work out for my physical health for sure. But I've noticed over the last few months that when I work out, I just feel better mentally and emotionally. It tends to calm the stress and anxiety that comes with life. And so I knew that I probably needed that workout today, but I kind of was wishy-washy back and forth with it. But I decided that I was just going to do it because I knew that today, more than most any other day, I really needed that help. So I went outside. I decided to walk for 30 minutes. That's something that I am trying to do more of, is get more steps in. And I'm trying to get outside. The weather's nice right now. So I'm trying to get outside, get some fresh air, get some sunshine. So I've been trying to do 30 minutes of walking outside each morning before I get to my usual 30-minute actual workout. So that's what I did. I went outside and I walked for 30 minutes and I turned on a couple of talks and listened to some uplifting stuff, some uplifting talks. And you know what? I walked and I listened and I cried. And I just kind of let the weight of all this stress kind of wash over me. But I was moving, I was getting fresh air, I was getting sunshine, and I was kind of walking and working through that stress instead of numbing it out by sitting around and maybe watching Netflix today, by sitting around and maybe stuffing my face with junk food and numbing that stress with food or eating the stress away with food. I chose to not try to remove or push away that stress, but just let it be. And then when I got done with my 30 minutes, and I decided to get on my little indoor spin bike, and I did a 30-minute Apple Fitness Plus indoor cycling class. And let me tell you, that class kicked my butt.
I am so sweaty. Oh my gosh.
It was hard, hard. I was dying by the end. I was pouring sweat. There was a puddle of sweat under me on the floor. And that 30-minute bike ride was exactly what I needed to bust this little pity party that I was swimming in this morning. So after I got done with that, I came in the house. I made my protein green smoothie that is packed with lots of greens. I put Greek yogurt in it and some frozen fruit, and it tastes so good. It's really refreshing, and I am dumping a whole bunch of nutrient-dense foods into my body because I know that is also going to help me feel good, not just physically, but it's also going to help me mentally and emotionally as well. And after I did my workout and I had my smoothie, all of a sudden, I felt so much better. I felt like I was strong enough to handle the stress that we're going through. I felt like I was the stress and the anxiety and that tension and all of those emotions that I was feeling that were hard. They just simmered down and I kind of worked it all out and I feel so much better. And as I was, enjoying my smoothie and then I took a shower, I had ideas coming to me that I'm excited about for my new health coaching program that I'm getting ready to start. And I had some other ideas come to me. I'm going to start a podcast with my sister-in-law who is amazing. And we just have a lot of the same thoughts and beliefs and mindset when it comes to health, fitness, and wellness. We just really click. So we thought about starting a podcast and sharing the things that we know and that we're learning, and together we just really click. And so that's something that we have in the works that's coming out here in a few weeks that I'm really excited about. And all of a sudden, my mind is more able to focus on things that I do have control over, things that I am excited about, things that I'm passionate about. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I got this. I can handle this stress. I can handle life today. And I'm ready to go after my goals, go after my dreams, go and do the things that I'm really excited about. I now feel like I have kind of a new lease on the day. So anyway, I just wanted to share how vitally important daily exercise is for me in helping me manage the stresses of life, the anxiety, the depression, those things that I tend to struggle with on a regular basis. Exercise is one of my go-to things that helps me just... There are a lot of endorphins and chemicals and things released in our bodies that work for our good when we exercise, and it truly clears out the cobwebs and helps me feel so much stronger, mentally and emotionally, along with physically. And so for me, exercise is literally like therapy. It literally helps me manage and handle life. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. I know there's a lot of people out there who really struggle with exercise and working out. They don't like it. It doesn't feel good. And my advice to you is, if you don't like running, don't run. If you don't like lifting weights, don't lift weights. If you're starting from scratch, or you need to work out, you need to move your body, maybe you're pretty sedentary, maybe your work has you sitting all day, and by the time you get done with work, the last thing you want to do is exercise, just consider doing some form of movement. You don't have to do anything crazy, strenuous, or boring, or that's not fun. If you don't know what to do, start small. Start with 15 minutes a day. Start with just walking outside or doing something that feels manageable, that doesn't make you go, oh, I hate that. I don't want anything to do with that. That sounds too hard. That feels too overwhelming. You don't have to be a runner. You don't have to hit the gym and pump some iron. Those are great. If you like those things, I like those things some, but you got to find what forms of movement work for you that help you feel good. And it might just be walking. It might be, hitting the basketball court with some friends, or the volleyball court with your buddies or your girlfriends and playing, or getting out in the park with your kids and just enjoying some fresh air, some sunshine, playing kickball or throwing a ball around with your kids. I don't know. Just find 15 minutes a day. That's it. You don't have to work out for an hour. You don't have to work out every single day. Just try and fit in 2, 3, 4 times a week of some kind of movement that doesn't feel hard and overwhelming and that you hate, right? I started walking on my treadmill for 15, 20 minutes a day years ago. That was all the time. That was all that I had the energy for and the time for when I was a young mom with little kids. And it kind of just morphed into different stuff and more, but I started small. That is my advice to you guys today. If you're struggling with wanting to exercise and you don't have the motivation to do it, start small. Start small, start with something you can wrap your head around. We are made to move. We just are. And so find that thing, find that one thing, start there, start small. You can do this. Also, if you are on a health, fitness, and weight loss journey, but you're feeling kind of stuck or overwhelmed, or you want to start one, but you don't know where to start, like I said, I am getting ready to start a new health coaching business. I love this stuff. I love talking about this stuff. I love learning about it. All things health, fitness, and wellness. This is my passion, and I want to help other people figure out what works for them. So if you're struggling and you feel like you could use some help, a little guidance, maybe a little support, some accountability, somebody in your corner cheering you on, I want to be that person. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, send me a message. You can find my email in my profile here on YouTube. I am also on Instagram and Facebook at Fit Life with Alicia. You can message me there as well. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming along on this little video with me today and watching. Leave me a comment. What do you do when life feels too heavy, too overwhelming, too stressful, and you just want to throw in the towel and take a break? What do you do to help yourself get through those days and to support yourself through that? Because it's really a difficult thing to do. And a lot of us don't know how to do it very well. So leave your comments. You never know. It might help somebody else out there who is reading these comments. So I would love to hear from you. What do you think about all of this? Hit that like button and that notification bell so you know when I have new videos out. Also, if you haven't subscribed already to my channel, please do. I would love to have you along for the ride. Like I said, I love talking all things health, fitness, and wellness, and taking a whole self approach to taking good care of our health. So if that is interesting to you, please come along. I would love to have you. Otherwise, that is all I have for you today. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here in another video soon.